CSC people mainly. It's like a C++, C and C++, C and DS. These are important topics. People who are going for a programming related. Okay. So people who are actually from CSC background, so there are plus Java earlier. Okay. Mainly OOPS concepts. And for me, for people like us, like me, important topics to know is networking, CCNA, MCSA, Linux. Now the things are little bit changes. You must understand networking, okay? And then concept of virtualization. But because of the real virtualization you want to do it, so only we can do it 5-6% only, okay? Concept of virtualization, actually what is the virtualization? What is the advantage of virtualization? Where this virtualization works, that is important. Next one is everybody, almost all the senior level people, almost all upgraded to cloud. So now the basics of cloud, what is the cloud, types of cloud, at least one cloud technologies, one cloud, at least the AWS. What is AWS? What are the different services from AWS? Okay, so like that. Or Azure. What is Azure? What are the different services of Azure? How to configure that Azure? Okay, so like that, minimum to minimum it is required for any interview. So you're attending an interview. So as a fresher interview it is. So what they are asking, do you know what is switch? What is router? What is a IP address? What is a MAC address? How to check IP address? Okay. So what is a DHCP server? What is a DNS server? What is a Active Directory? What is a domain? Okay. So what is the difference between RAM and ROM? Difference between RAM and hard disk. What is the difference between hard disk and SSD? Because SSDs are came now, right? What is the difference between SSD and a hard disk? Okay, these are basic things like from here. What is an operating system? What operating system you are using? What edition? What version it is? Okay. What is the difference between Windows voice and Linux voice? What is a different voice like even desktop voice and server voice? What is meant by server? What are the different servers? Okay. Basic concepts. What is very important. Nowadays, most of the homes, offices are Wi-Fi connected. Then what is a Wi-Fi device? Okay. So what is the purpose of this Wi-Fi router? How you install a Wi-Fi router? If you want to change the password in the Wi-Fi router, how you check it? Are you getting internet to your Wi-Fi router or not? How to check it? Okay. Are you how to connect it to the Wi-Fi router? Okay, from your laptop, from your mobile phone. Tell me the step by step. Tell me the step by step. These are common questions, guys. Commonly, everybody, it's a kind of a general knowledge nowadays. Earlier, the specific type of knowledge it is. Now it is become general knowledge. Earlier, so you have to go to some institute and learn, or maybe daily you have to practice learning textbooks. Now it is become a general knowledge because lot of resources become available and you must have at least concepts of basic things. Okay. Virtualization, cloud computing, different cloud domains and services, different cloud domains and services. If you know any specific cloud means at least few names related to it. For example, AWS, what is the EC2 virtual machine? What is S3 bucket? Storage. Okay. What is Lambda? Serverless function. Serverless function. What is SNS? Notification system. Okay, like that. Or I want to make a, I want to, if any, my job is finished, I should get, client should get an email. Once job, you are running a job and job is completed, the backup job is completed. Once it is finished, the client should get an email. Then I have to use SES, simple email services. Either ways. Okay. So anything hardware related, basic things. what is a processor, what is RAM. If you got this particular issue, how you look at, how you looking at. So what is the thought process is very important, guys. So what we are doing is, even myself, I'm giving some information, I'm keep telling, I'm explaining. But thing is, I'm also not, I'm stopped with you giving the start process, because I have to ask questions, you have to tell an answer. That part is not doing from last 4 years, 3 years. For your mainly HCL batches, we are not doing that one because we are exhausted by trying the thought process. Okay. But thought process is also very important for whatever the subject. So today you have a class, morning you do not have a class. Okay. Okay. 2 days you do not have a class. So put it some time for learning a new thing. There's a lot of free resources are available. Okay. Okay. So make sure that your YouTube contains the proper information, not this nonsense informations. Okay, this is proper informations only. This is about AA, something like that. Okay, not the nonsense information. See, this is yeah, somewhat better, but political news is waste, no, not required. So some other kind of stuff, not required. Not required. It's a waste. Waste. Important. See, it is a important one. Important one. Important one. It's not this one. Okay, this is okay. So there is a lot of resources are available and people are giving a proper information like this. This is a good channel. Okay, so Tech World with Nana. Okay, Abhishek Veramala. This is a very good channel. It is lot of things you can learn freely. Complete courses, not even half of courses. Okay, DevOps webinar, Chandu, Telescope. Okay, so like there is a lot of people. Even I don't subscribe everyone, but I will like and leave it like that. And I will keep it aside. Okay. So start learning anything. Start with one and keep doing it. Practice it. Practice it. Okay. Even in my channels also there, like how to install a Windows server, how to install a Linux machines, how to install a Linux, what we can say, basic things, right? So this is a controversy. It's waste of time. Because of this one, only the TV people will get money. And because this is will help you to build your career. That's a simple thing what I'm trying to say. Okay. So see, this is good. This is time waste. Okay. Fake news channels, they are getting money. Nothing. We are all wasting our time. Okay. So point is, even for virtualization, you want to learn virtualization, some basic thing. I will give you one more channel that is called a Power Tech. Not Power Automate. Yeah, it's yeah, animated. Power animated. This is automated, not automated. So I want animate. Not this one. I think I usually share to the people that is I subscribed and I didn't subscribe. Yeah. Power set animated. So I subscribed it. Sorry. Power set animated videos. Power set. Okay. Power set animated videos. So if you see here, it is also there is a lot of things when you get a time. So it is a 5 to 10 minutes videos only. So how email works, how it is a write, what is IPsec, so what is a VPN, what is proxy, okay, what is a file system, see what is a VPN, what is a VMs and containers. What is the virtualization? What is virtualization? Okay. What is LAN, WLAN, subnet? What is public IP address, private IP address? Okay. What is APIPA? What is default gateway? Okay. Both hardware related and networking related. So what is the firewall? What is the purpose of firewall? Even it is a very basic things, it helps you to understand, guys. It helps to get what are the question in interviews, you can tell an answer. And knowledge is very important. Thermal paste. Thermal paste. I told you there is a thermal paste. Difference between HTTP and HTTPS. That is also very good question. Network topologies, SSDs, BIOS. Okay. SAN and NAS differences. ARP, it is a very good protocol. ARP protocol. That is NAT. What is modem and router? What is a modem and what is a router? I don't watch much, but for us, I am telling. Okay, because I have a knowledge, so I don't. I usually will ignore. See, TCP UDP comparisons. Solve questions only. Ping and trace route differences. What is DNS? What is DHCP? IPv4, IPv6. Okay, so go to this power animated. So for sample, I'm sending one video. So try it. Okay. Yeah. Try this one. So then you will get into this channel. Try it, guys. It's not my channel, but still, so you have to keep learning these things. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to start with what is the virtualization. Guys, what is the virtualization? It is a virtual representation of something. It is a virtual representation of something like a application, or it can be a server, or a storage, or a network. I have a virtual hard disk. In my laptop, I have a physical hard disk is there. In my laptop, I have a physical hard disk. It's a physical component. But in the physical hard disk, I can create multiple virtual hard disks and I can store data in it. So what is a virtual hard disk? It is function like your physical hard disk. Just like you can store the data in the physical hard disk, same way virtual hard disk also you can store it. But you can move your virtual hard disk from one system to another system, one location to another location. You can change it. You can create it. You can remove it also. You can move it, copy it. Like that, you can do it, right? But it is a storage representation. It's a software-based or virtual representation of the storage. It's a virtual hard disk. Okay. It is function as your how you store data in your virtual physical machine, physical hard disk, how you create a file system in it, how you store data in it. So same way we can store data in the virtual hard disk. Okay. But thing is, physical hard disk, you cannot copy, move, or delete kind of stuff. We don't do it. Okay. But this virtual hard disk, we can do it. I can copy my virtual hard disk, what are the data with along with the data, to the another machine. I can store it separately if I require. I can copy extra copy. I can move, I can copy it also. Right? That is a facility is there. So that is called a intact. Okay? Intact or a not binding to the physical resources. It use virtualization things, utilize your physical resources, but not intact or not binding to your physical resources, physical systems. Okay. Same networks, virtual adapters, we can add it. Virtual adapters, virtual routers, virtual switches. Okay. So these are all network related. Okay. Virtual machines. You can create a virtual machine, install a required operating system, okay, and run what are the application I want to run it, I can run. So I can make it complete isolation. Applications, you can virtualize your application so that application will run in both server and client without depending on their physical resources, physical environment also. Okay, AppV is one of the example for application virtualization. Nowadays, we got this Docker, Kubernetes also is a kind of application virtualization concept on it. Because you can run an application independent of, okay, independent of platform, independent of physical resources. You can run that application anywhere, you can run that application. It's not depends upon your physical resources or a platform. So what is the advantage of this virtualization? It is increased agility, flexibility and scalability while creating significant costs. Okay. So it is give, you can keep changes as per the changes occurs by the requirement by the client, we can keep changes. Flexibility, you can deploy any place, you can be able to run any place. Okay. Scalability you can able to increase while creating significant costs. Greater workload mobility, increased performance, ability of resources, automation, automated operations. Okay, like this. From the extraction of this virtualization, the containerization is also came. Containerization is also extracted from virtualization concept, but little different. Little different. Okay. So there is a 5 types of virtualization, actually 7, but 5 is whole. We are I'm telling that's server virtualization, desktop virtualization, network virtualization, application virtualization, and storage virtualization. User state virtualization, presentation virtualization. Now, this application virtualization, desktop virtualization, user state and presentation virtualization, all are become only one type of virtualizations purpose. So obviously, we are talking only then 4 or 5 virtualizations only. Okay. So already I told storage virtualization because of so virtual hard disk, RAID controllers, LVMs, storage space concepts or storage virtualization related only. Okay, you can store the data, you can move entire storage from one place to another place. iSCSI storages, iSCSI storage, that is also storage virtualization based concept. Okay, we can store a data, and we can create a file system. We can store a data as we store in a physical storage, but we can able to move our entire storage disk from one place to another place. We can attach, we can detach, everything you can able to. Application virtualization. Application virtualization can run application without platform, without a dependent platform. So you don't need of worrying about application running platform. Okay. So for example, I want to run an application. So the application supported platform is must be there. Without that one, we cannot run an application. Like a Java based application, you must have JRE. So you must install first JRE, then you have to install the Java application. Without JRE, you cannot run. .NET. .NET framework is required to run your .NET based applications. Okay. But here it is, you can run your application without a dependent, without a predefined platform, because that application comes with a required platform dependencies. So it can be run on any hardware, any place. Okay. So without having that platform you install, it can, as per its requirement, it will run. Okay. So it will utilize that along with that platform. Network virtualization. Okay. So physically we have a network like switches, routers, cables, IP addresses, NICs. What about a virtual machines? For virtual machines, are each are communicating each other. One virtual machine communicating to another virtual machine in the same host through the virtual adapter. So they don't require physical adapter to communicate. So they require virtual adapters. Okay. A virtual machine is communicating in another virtual machine in a different host, different machine. Then it has to bridge it to your physical NICs, another type of adapters. Like we are configuring NAT, means physically outside network is different network. Outside is a public network, different network. Internally, different network. So we have to communicate one side type, means inside to outside, we can able to communicate through a binded public IP address. Yeah. The thing is, in a virtualization also we can implement. Virtual machines will communicate each other and also communicate it to the outside of the physical, out means to the physical network also, but not vice versa. Means NAT type means we can able to communicate, but others we cannot able to communicate us. Okay. Application. Okay. Network virtualization. NIC teamings. You can combine multiple physical NICs and make it as a virtual NIC. If one of the NIC, physical NIC is down, other NICs will support to data transmission speed. That is also network virtualization. You have different networks, virtual networks in your server, for example, and you want to make it communicate. So you can route between different networks. Then virtual routers will work. So virtual switches, virtual routers, virtual NICs, NIC teamings, virtualize the NICs, NIC teamings. These are all comes under network virtualization. So I am coming from bottom to top. So there is a reason, because I will going to explain only server virtualization. Remaining are only examples. I think just information. Desktop virtualization. Desktop virtualization is actually derived from server virtualization, but this is different because in a presentation virtualization, it is a remote desktop concept. Presentation virtualization is remote desktop or remote apps concept. It is means server, there is a centralized machine installed with some applications. You can access that machine from your PC using additional remote desktop licenses. Okay? You are getting remote desktop access, means people will access their application from remote desktop. Some people use their direct application, some are access direct desktop. Okay. But later on days, because of this application virtualization and desktop virtualization improves, so that it is a VDA infrastructure is there. So in our desktop virtualization, there is a 2, 3 models are there. One of the model is at the client side, people can able to create and run virtual machines. For example, in my laptop, already I have a VMware workstation as well as virtual Oracle virtual box is there. Oracle actually VMware workstation is there. VMware workstation is there. Okay. And some PCs like Windows 8, 8.1, Windows 10, Windows 11, Pro and Enterprise editions, 64-bit PCs having a Hyper-V feature. This Hyper-V feature also for desktop virtualization purpose in the desktop systems. Okay. Either you can use Hyper-V, KVM, QEMV platforms, or you can use third-party tools like a Oracle VirtualBox or VMware Workstation. You can create and run virtual machines in your own desktop as per your requirement. For example, I want to set up a Kubernetes. When you are searching to how to install a Kubernetes, the most of the videos are showing in the virtual machine installation, but that is in the cloud. But if I run as per requirement to run in the Kubernetes application in the virtual machine in the cloud, it will be chargeable because the RAM and processing capacity is higher. So what I have done, I have created my own virtual machines in my PC. Then I install one server and 2 nodes, then done the practical. Okay, so right. So that is a purpose of this type 2 virtualization or a desktop virtualization. That is a part 1. Client side. Okay, client desktop. In the client desktop, we can create and run virtual machines. That's the one point in the desktop virtualization. Second one. Okay, that is VDA infrastructure. Means there is a one virtual hard disk contains all your desktop related information. Remotely it is connected and you can able to view your desktop environment. So you don't require to run anything in your physical machine, just you will just access your machine from remotely. So another main important one is, guys, what is the purpose of desktop environment? You create a files, folders, install applications, access applications, right? What if something like a web interface provide all these things? Not a desktop environment, icons, selection of applications, not like so simple access through the web. Just you open it and you will get to see the screen. In that one, you want to create a folder, you can create file. You want to create, you can create a file. You can move the file. You can run the applications as your regular desktop. So that is desktop-based application virtualization. To achieve it, so you have to do a lot of things like a VMware, vHorizon, vRealize, Zen Desktop kind of stuff. Citrix Zen Desktop. These will try to create. Okay. Finally, server virtualization. What is a server virtualization? Server virtualization enable multiple OSs. Okay, actually, multiple systems can run on the single physical server. Multiple virtual machines, multiple different types of OSs we can able to run on a single machine. Why should we run? Guys, we have a server. The server sole purpose to provide a either one or two services, right? And this total cost of server maintenance and utilization is very less. Okay. Now, if you make the server, just install hypervisor. Either it can be VMware, ESX or vSphere, or maybe you install a Zen server, install a Proximox, okay, or Hyper-V server, okay. So by installing the hypervisor OS type to install, then it is we can able to create different type of virtual machine. Each virtual machine we create, install a OS, and what are the application you require, you can install or configure. Okay, so like that, not only one single OS. So one machine you install Linux, another machine you require, then you install Unix. In another machine you require Windows, then you install Windows there. In another machine you require some other type of Linux like Ubuntu, so then you can install. So that is a thorough virtualization enable multiple operating system to run on a single physical server as a highly effective, efficient virtual machines. Okay. If you see it is this traditional architecture, there is one system, one physical server, and you install operating system and you install run an application. But in a virtualization, so what has happened? There is a physical server. There is a physical server and you install a hypervisor and you create different virtual machines and in each machine that runs different applications for different purposes, different services purposes. Okay. Yeah, I'm taking full class, so I have to tell faster, right? Yeah, so your hardware processor has to be supported by enabling this virtualization technology inside. In the processor, by default, it should be enabled. Otherwise, we can enable by going to BIOS settings. What is the purpose? It enables your process to create and run 64-bit virtual machines. Okay, what is the server virtualization? Once again, we can create and run multiple computer operating system on a single physical computer. Host servers share resources with all virtual machines. Hosted on a Microsoft Hyper-V, you can use Microsoft Hyper-V. Allow you to detach a computing, that's what I said, allow you to detach the computing hosting a service or a role from the hardware on which it is runs. Allow to detach. It means that virtual machine you create, so that it can be transferred to any place. Almost all server workloads can run on a virtual machines. Use server virtualization to reduce number of physically deployed servers and to optimize resource utilization. Okay, use server virtualization to reduce the number of physically deployed servers and optimize server resources. So what is the hypervisor? Hypervisor is a virtualization platform. It virtualizes your hardware resources. Okay. So with the help of this hypervisor is a, you can say it is a platform or a framework which create a virtual resources. It is which create virtual resources to create and run virtual machines on the physical machine. Without hypervisor, you can virtualize that hardware directly. Okay. Hypervisor decouples. Okay, you can use this one. Decouples or detached. Decouples or detached virtual machines from physical machines. Okay, if virtual machine is running, the virtual machine is running, it utilizes your physical machines resources on the CPU, RAM, and hard disk. But you can able to decouple it. Detach means you can move that virtual machine from one place to another place. Hypervisor is a firmware which create virtual resources to create and run virtual means what is the purpose of this hypervisor firmware or hypervisor platform? Okay, it virtualize your physical hardware means physical CPU, physical memory related, and storage related, like that it will can. It is a loosely coupled, decouple or loosely coupled. What is a loosely coupled? It's not permanently stays. So, guys, this is also called type 1 virtualization. What is a type 1 virtualization? Bare metal virtualization. Hypervisor directly installed on the hardware. So that is called a bare metal virtualization. So these type 1 virtualization tools are softwares provided by VMware, ESXi, vSphere. Okay. Hyper-V, Microsoft Hyper-V's 2019 server and Citrix Zen server, Proximox V, Red Hat Enterprise Virtualization. Okay, these are the different hypervisors. You can directly install the hardware. So then you can able to create different virtual machines. Okay, what is the type 1 virtualization? So you directly install hypervisor on the hardware. It is also called as a bare metal virtualization. You can create a virtual machines and install a OSs and give access that virtual machine to the specific user, so they will going to use it. Okay. So hypervisor in OS comes with the OS also there. So that is mainly Hyper-V and KVM, QEMV kind of stuff. Okay, so this is the built-in Hyper-V is from Windows Server 2008 x64, 2008 R2, 2012 12 R2, 2016, 2018, 2022. It is also there in Windows 8, 8.1, Windows 10, Windows 11 Pro and Enterprise Edition, that to 64-bit. Okay, this is for central virtualization, guys. I can access, you can access, anybody can access once the setup is done. Okay, so next, in case for my personal purpose, I need a virtual machine. So I cannot ask my administrator to create a virtual machine for me for my personal purpose. I cannot. Maybe I do not have that facilities. Okay. So what I will do, I download an application. I download an application so that installed into your physical machine. It is a hypervisor applications are there. VMware Workstation are a player, Oracle VirtualBox, okay, Microsoft Virtual PC. It is a type 1 and type 2. You have a hardware. On the hardware, hypervisor is installed and then virtual machines are running. You have a hardware and OS is installed and the hypervisor is very difficult to install here. Okay, virtual machines running. You can create a virtual machine by interacting with some desktop admin applications like a VMware client, web clients also there, Hyper-V direct And Zen servers, Zen center, Proximus also client. The client, how client will access? We created because we connected to the main server and we created a virtual machine. How the client can able to access? So based on the different protocols. Using different protocols like RDP, SSH, and PuTTY. Depends upon the voice. This is about your virtualization and server virtualization. Ah, it's afternoon effect, maybe. Cloud computing. What is a cloud computing? It's an underlying one delivery of computing services or internet pay as you go model by using pay as you pricing model. So this is a good one. Cloud computing is a delivery of computing services over internet by using pay as you go pricing model. So how much you are utilizing the resources, then that much we have to pay. Next, what are the services? What are the services from internet? From internet, we are getting lot of services. What are the services? Servers, storages, databases, networking, software, analyticals, and intelligence services. Different type of services. For example, you take AWS Glue. AWS Glue is a ETL type of services. Okay. So for example, you want to do ETL, you have to go and install a one server. In that one, you have to install Linux or Windows, then install a database server, then install Informatica and apply the Informatica licenses separately. Then you have to connect to different databases and you have to write a big scripts and then you can extract the data and store the data into the data warehouse again. Of course, that is also efficient one, but still with the cloud, what is the thing you can able to do it? Simply you go to the AWS cloud, specify where is your cloud server and get the data and store it. Okay. So it is make work simple. So services means different types of services, computational services, server related, storage related, networking related, and the services cloud service provider will provide. So cloud has a three viewpoints. Properties are there. High availability, scalability, elasticity, agility, geo distribution and disaster recovery. Geo distribution and disaster recovery. The cloud has a three major things. One is public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud. These are the deployment models. Three models are deployment models called a private cloud, public cloud, and hybrid cloud. What is a private cloud? The private cloud, the resources, the cloud, the services are utilized by their own organization only, not given to anyone. It is a private cloud. Private cloud consists of computing resources used extensively by the business or organization. Okay, it's like a single tenant type. Public cloud. Public cloud is it can be anybody can access the public cloud services. But thing is, pay as you go model. So as long as you are utilizing, you have to pay the bill. If you are stop using it, no need required to buy. Hybrid cloud. Hybrid cloud. Okay. Hybrid cloud is computing environment that combines both public and private cloud by allowing data and application to be shared between them. So just mind not connecting again. Okay. So hybrid cloud is a combination of private and public cloud. Last class I have taken very fast and furious. Now it is only furious, not a fast. Okay. Yeah. So once again, guys, I will give you a very simple points important. What is a cloud computing? Delivery of computing services over internet by using pay as you go model. Point number one. Immediate point means connecting point. These services include servers, storage, databases, networking, software. That is enough. Or you can add analytics, intelligence kind of stuff also. Okay. So what is a cloud computing advantages? No upfront cost. No upfront cost. Okay. Somewhere it is there. So we'll come back to it. Okay. High availabilities. High availability. You can deploy your services in a load balancing and failover and different regions. We can able to deploy. Scalability. It automatically we can able to scale as per the requirement, as per the demand increases, we can scale it. Elasticity. When demand increases, we can scale it, and when demand reduces, we can scale down. We can scale up when demand is increases. It scale down when demand is reduces. That is called the elasticity. It is automation process. Automatically it will happens. Once you configure first, automatically. Agility. Any changes are required, we can easily quick changes. Geo distribution. What is geo distribution? So your application not only one place, it can be in multiple places. Geo distributions. Disaster recovery. So because of you are using geo distribution means different places, different regions, you place your applications. Okay, if any of data center went to the down, complete disaster. So still you will have your one application in the past. Okay. Yeah. So what are the different things like a cloud? Yeah. So yeah, completely so out of station may become someone said. The month came after a very long time. That is the effect. Okay. Okay. Yeah, cloud, three models, public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud. Public cloud can be accessed by any individual user or organizations. No upfront cost. Public cloud, no capital expenditure, no upfront cost, no maintenance cost. You don't need to pay anything for a maintenance purpose only. Applications can be provisioned and deprovisioned immediately. Organization space only for what they use. It's a public cloud. Public does not means free. Public means anybody can able to access. I can access individually or scientists can able to access as an organization. Okay. Private cloud. Private cloud is for that organization purpose. I have a private cloud. So that is for my organization purpose only. Mostly my organization purpose or my client's purpose. So private cloud. Hybrid cloud. Hybrid cloud is I have my own private cloud that resources are not enough to run all my application. Then I have to go to public cloud and take the information. Okay. Uh, hybrid cloud. You are mixing your own private cloud to public cloud, and you have to decide where to run your applications. So it is private cloud. Hardware cost will be there. Startup cost is there. Means capital expenditure, operational expenditure. You should bear, but it is totally control over the same organization only. Next, hybrid cloud. It is a provide most flexible organization determine weight of their application control, security control, security compliance, legal requirements can be organization will decide. Yeah. Next, so cloud service models. Three service models: infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. Infrastructure as a service. It means if you are getting this EC2 instances, okay, elastic bean stacks, sorry, what is that? Volumes, okay, elastic block storage kind of stuff, okay. These are so like infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure means so I am the person who responsibility to build a virtual machine, install OS, and running an application in it and working. So that is infrastructure service. For an organization, they require certain servers, storages, solutions are required. What they will do, they'll contact a service means cloud service provider. So they will provide that infrastructure. Platform as a service. So I don't want to worry about this virtual machine dependent hardware and all. Just I want to develop my application or deploy my application kind of stuff. Then I will go to the platform as a service. Software as a service. What is software as a service? It's already application is deployed. So then your thing is just connect it and access it. Software as a service. Example Office 365. Okay. So here is we can find the difference. Okay. Infrastructure as a service means, okay, commonly for everyone, the service provider is, sorry. Okay, private cloud on premises is completely maintained everything by the service provider. Okay, but infrastructure as a service only. Okay, for every infrastructure as a platform as a service, software as a service, the storage, networking, compute, the physical parts are maintained by the service provider. But in infrastructure as a service, the virtual machine, inside OS, runtime installation, application, their data access, everything is maintained by the user, not by the service provider. Platform as a service, only application and data access is can be configured and do by platform as a service type. Software as a service, only application already ready. Only thing is who can able to access, who cannot able to access. That is platform as a service. Okay. Different service providers are there: Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Oracle. Okay. Forget about a public cloud kind of stuff. Go to the domains. Each cloud has a different domains, guys. Compute domain. So EC2 instead, what VMware virtual machines like databases. Okay. Different database support is also there in the cloud. So like MySQL, Oracle SQL, MS SQL. Okay. And NoSQL support is also there. Different types of storage domain. Okay. S3 bucket, bulk backup kind of EBS kind of stuff. Okay. Networking like a Route 53, IG, like a internet gateway. Okay. IGW, VPCs, Cloud Fund, Cloud Direct. These are all network related services provided by cloud. And basically, I have written for AWS only. So messages, SNS, SQS messages, security, identity, and compliance. Okay. IAM, KMS, kind of stuff. So different domains, that is different services, example services. Okay. Once again, guys, what is a cloud? Cloud is a delivery of computing services or internet by using pay-as-you-go model. Okay. What are the clouding delivering of services means? Okay. Servers, storages, databases, network related services. Not only that, some other services. What is the difference between this? Why we are required this cloud? So to reduce the capital expenditure, operational expenditure. Second, different cloud models. Sorry, different cloud advantages or choices like a high availability, scalability, elasticity, agility, geo-distribution, disaster recovery. Okay. And three, cloud models, public, private, hybrid. Three, services, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. Okay. And which cloud, who is maintaining? Okay. So this is about your cloud. Santosh came, right? Okay. Um, Office 365 also will explain, then we'll see what are the leftover. I think everything is completed. Yeah, we will complete Office 365. Okay. Office 365, it is a formally, sorry, Microsoft 365 is formally Office 365. Office 365 is a cloud-based service, software as a service. It is a subscription model, not pay-as-you-go model. Software services are generally subscription model, software as a services. Okay, subscription model means you have to pay for monthly and yearly. That too depends upon what subscription you have taken. If you use for few months or few years, and if you don't like it, or if you do no longer required, or at present you don't require, you can cancel it. Okay, as you have to pay as long as the subscription is you have taken. That's it. Okay, so you know the Office suite, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, and OneDrive. So plus certain enterprise or business purposes, Microsoft Teams, Exchange, and SharePoint things also come. It depends upon which one you have taken, you have to choose it. We can access Microsoft Office 365, okay, anywhere, any place using online web browser, offline mobile and desktop applications also. Anytime, anywhere, any device you can access. You can access Office 365 from your laptop, desktop, mobile phone, and tablet also. Okay, there is always support. 1 terabyte of storage space is for the subscriptions, basically. Okay, continuous updates, new features are introduced. No need to update or update. So automatically it updates. It works on different types of operating system, Windows, Mac for a desktop and laptop purposes, Android and iOS, both it will work. Okay, this is Office 360. What is Office 365? It's a subscription model. Okay, we can subscribe for monthly or yearly. It is a provide Office suite. Okay, so generally it is Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and one drive. Plus, for in a business or enterprises, you'll get a more about like a Teams, exchanges, SharePoints. You can access Office both offline and online means both browser and normal Office also you can access. Okay. And you can access anytime, anywhere, any device also. Different voices, platforms support to run Office 365. Even voice is not supporting, you can use online. from web browser. Okay. Normal offices comparison. Normal offices means one-time purchase, so you don't need to pay for monthly or yearly. But it for one PC, one license type. So you cannot use in a multiple devices. Office Microsoft 365 one license, multiple users can be able to use it. Yeah. So Office 365 or Microsoft 365 have a three editions. One is for home, for business, for enterprise. For business and enterprise, commonly few are added. Okay. So there is a different cost issues in a home. Okay. If you want to continue, read about a home kind of stuff. Okay. Okay. Office 365 for business and Office 365 for home is also there. Okay. For home purpose means for your normal users, like a personal, like a single user or for family purpose. It contains normal, regular office tools. For a businesses, along with your regular Microsoft Office, you also will getting other things like a Exchange, SharePoint, and Teams also. Okay. What is a having a exchange in our organization? You want a mail account kind of stuff. Then it is a exchange. SharePoint. What is a SharePoint? You want to create and publish information by blogs or site creation. Like that is it is used. Microsoft Teams. Also for collaborations, communication, chatting kind of stuff. Different business standard, business basics, business premium kind of stuff is there. So they have a not only cost difference, there is a so people who are giving information not accurate. Okay, nothing. No one is speaking again. I'm also little drowsy, but I want to complete this one. Yeah. So
Yes, yes,
virtualization,
sir.
cloud. Okay, three topics we completed. Take a break, guys. Come back at 4:30. Just 10 minutes. Have some tea, coffee. Okay, come back at 4:30. So we'll finish off what are the doubts. If you have any doubts, also we'll try. Okay, router configurations. Some of tips we'll see possible. Take a break.
Okay, sir.